Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Huncho. Just doing a quick little recap for you guys once again over the trades that we took today on SPY. It was a very crazy day, a lot going on. But before anything, like I always say, let's just go ahead and read the morning scan, and then we'll go over the trades and how they perform with the morning scan, correct? So, main level I was going to be looking at was this 598, which was a key pivot of ours. And I was mentioning the spike that we got from the news. Um, Basically, that news came from what I'm aware of was Trump was on the phone with Xi Jinping about trade deals and such. So I guess that gave a bit of a spike to the market. Reacted well because when those trade talks occur, it's assuming that there's going to be an agreement made or a deal. So as we got that spike, I was either looking at two scenarios there, and I was going to either look at this is going to continue to pump and hold above 598, or if we held under 598, this is a fade the news situation. So we broke above 598, we did pop, but we were holding under it. And then I said, but I want to see a clean hold above it to go long, targeting 599.43, which is a key pivot above it, right? And I said if we draw back under 598, I'm looking for quick scalps, but expect chop in this range, until we have a real breakout. And then also it was I mentioned 595.86 got sweep, which is a pre-market low area. So I was like, be ready to load up and expect for pops around the area. And so as you guys can see, this 595 was it 86? That was the range there, and 595.31 that was a key pivot. If you guys see it, literally tapped to the penny is a key pivot of ours, and that was a pre-market low. Even on the Zach indicator that gives us all the the orb highs and lows, and also the pre-market range as well, literally had that to the penny of the 595.31. But let's go ahead and go over the first play that we took, and this was at what time? This was at 10:28. All right, so very lame price action in the open. I wasn't convinced. Obviously we could have got a nice move to the downside of those puts, but look, we rejected off of that supply zone that we had off that 598 supply, and could have got puts all the way down to the key pivot. But guys, I wasn't convinced getting in, especially that early, and the price action was a little bit slow to the downside. It just really wasn't buying. I was going to be looking for a good accumulation for the bottom to be able to hop in and sell the pops. So as you guys can see, this was a nice staircase down, and we even broke under the 595.31, and then we hit the 594.50 level, and we held above the 593.76 was a key pivot. So this range right here we held up pretty nicely. So whenever you see consolidation occurring around these levels, right, you're looking for a good even though like a nicer bottom would have been up here, right, and then we could have went our way up, but it was right under. So it was a little bit of a tricky price action, but I was kind of like, I was using the levels, but I was also, just reading the chart and just, using, just the price action at the moment, the data that was presenting to me at the moment, just to be able to, look for a good opportunity to the upside or to the downside, right? And as we pumped up the first time, I said that this was going to be probably a reject off the 595.31 key pivot, and then rejected. Everybody thought we were going to flush. If we were to get a nice pop down here at this key pivot, would have been a nicer entry. But we ended up going calls above VWAP. And I'll tell you guys where exactly. So right here at this candle, we're on the 5 minute. So this candle right here. And I know there was people that sold this. Okay. This is why I averaged down, because, we sold off, but once I saw that the candle was getting volatile, you guys know the news candles, I was like, okay, this crap, it's gonna do something. And I was like, look, I'm not looking for a newer low. I'm looking for this to rip, right? And knowing Trump, obviously he wasn't gonna do anything to wreck the market, and he knows the right things to say. So if there's anything that's gonna come out, it has to have a good reaction to the market. And that was my bias. That's what I was seeing, and also how it was holding up. If it wanted to keep leaking, then definitely wouldn't even give us a nice pop, even above VWAP. So that's why I was like, this is, for me, is my view and my My buys was to the upside. So as you guys can see, we hit a nice flush. Just barely holding above VWAP, and a lot of people got faked out. But obviously we got another low. But I mentioned in the Discord, and I also mentioned on Twitter, I was like, I'm waiting for the close. I'm waiting for the 15-minute close. If we were to break a low a day and hold it, okay, I'll step out. Even though it was a good con, and we were down, a good amount, I was not tripping, because at the end of the day, this was news going on, and I told everybody to manage carefully because of what was going on, the data that was going to be presented, was in the talks at the moment. So that's why I was, a little bit, just telling everybody. I was telling everybody, look, just I was worried for everybody else. Don't oversize. Just trade normal size, have a good risk, and just let the range play out. And that's what we did. We saw the low day hold, and right as we hit lower day, the range right there held above key pivot, completely pumped us right up. And this right here, we took our first trim. I think it was like 80%, like 70%, and then we rode our runners above VWAP and rode the 9. And these two plays, we averaged down on the dip. So on the flush, I averaged down, and I added 599 calls, which was at 1037. So right when we got down here, I averaged down, and I entered like right around here, because I saw I was getting bought up. So I was like, I'm averaging down here, just because how I saw that the candle was getting bought up, and how it was performing. It was literally holding above the 595 range. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in this. So we rode calls all the way up, and these went over 150%, 100%. So these plays were literally, no doubt, everybody got paid on these calls. It was a very scary hold because it was pretty volatile, but definitely, I got paid real quick. I think I sold majority, like 1.5 of my position, like around 80%. And yeah, definitely, guys, it was a good payout. It was a good play, and we got the play that we wanted, which was a quick pop, and I was out. And then I had runners, and I sold the rest, like right around here in this chop and consolidation, and then we got the dump to the downside, and then all the news happened and things went crazy. But yeah, guys, I could have got puts right here or whatever it might have been, but I've been trying to be a little bit more better this week, because you guys noticed last week was a very rough week for me. I was over trading. I was calling unnecessarily plays. So this is why, like, this week I'm coming with a different approach, right? I can give you guys a little bit of how my mind processes these things. Is like right now what I'm trying to look for is just good quality plays where everybody just leaves green. Okay, that's what it is. Look, and I'm not saying it's always gonna be like this, right? Because there's days that the market is gonna just not give us the best opportunity. But like, I'm not trying to rush into any plays no more. I'm just trying to if I see a good play at the open or near the open, then we take it. But I'm just trying to look for good quality setups, and just trying to train and train everybody's mind to understand that a 30%, right, or 40%, or even a 25% is a good return. You don't have to. The reason why we trade, guys, what is like the primary reason most people want to get into this? To obtain financial freedom. And also with that is like freedom of time. So if you want freedom, there's no need for you to really be on the charts 24/7 or all day. You want to look for good quality plays, get in, get out, and enjoy the day. And a lot of people were like, "Oh man, you missed the Tesla plays, Huncho," and I was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't miss it. I watched it all, yeah, but and one of my boys alerted it in the Discord, and people got paid in the Discord, but I didn't get paid. I didn't take Tesla puts because I was done. I was out. So why would I ruin that? Even if I would have bagged hard, but who cares? That's not the point. Is that I already played my play, and I'm done for the day. That's it. I did my job. That's it. And that's how every single one of you should play. You don't need to be money hungry. That's one of the things that I use. I was trading money hungry. Like I have to trade every single play, every single key pivot, every single, I have to play the upside and the reversal. No, you don't. You just need one good play. If you guys notice, this whole entire week, it was one play a day. That's it. It was just today that we did two. That's it. Just look for one good banger. That's all you need. And enjoy the day. One bag a day is enough to enjoy the day. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you guys want me to continue to drop more of these videos, just make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to post this publicly on my Discord, on Twitter, and on YouTube. But yeah, guys, go ahead and, like I said, leave a like, comment. Let me know if you guys want me to make any other type of videos, or, you know, how, give me some feedback or whatever it might be. And also join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter, HunchoNet. And I have a free Discord, and I also have a premium version as well, where I have insight on my levels and everything. But yeah, guys, till the next one, let's continue banking. Peace.